Danville broadcast with yours truly on WHIR. That's a 7:30 kickoff on WHIR and on WRNZ. Anderson County is at Mercer County. The Titans looking for their first win under new head coach Craig Yeast. I think they'll get that tonight against a lowly Bearcats team. We'll see how that game plays out, though. That's a 7:30 kickoff on our sister station, 99.5 FM WHBN. Gary True will have the play-by-play call of that game. Garrard County is at Middlesboro. Caleb and Scott have about a 2.5-hour road trip out east to Middlesboro. I have made that trip many times. Middlesboro and Danville are in the same district for the longest time. So Caleb and Scott, I know exactly what you're going through. They got a 2.5-hour drive. They'll bring you the 7:30 kickoff of Middlesboro and Garrard County on hometownlive.net and delayed on Z105. And just outside of our specific coverage area, you have Casey County, who looked really good last Saturday against Lincoln County. They're at LaRue County tonight. So last week, they played Josh Jagger's current team. This week, they played Josh Jagger's former team in the LaRue County Hawks. That is a 7:30 kickoff there at LaRue County. We've got a lot of in-depth analysis on Danville and Boyle County coming up. We've got the high school fantasy football draft for week number 1. We've got Packett's Picks, and we are very excited to welcome back on the show for the second year in a row my son Jack will be picking games as well. Jack's picks will be on here later on this hour, later on at the end of the show. So stay tuned. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere here at Boyle County High School later on tonight for this 7:30 kickoff between Boyle County and Danville. If you want to be a part of the show, you can tweet at me at HTRJoe. That's at HTRJoe on Twitter. We love to have your thoughts, your score predictions, your vicious remarks, whatever you want to say at HTRJoe on Twitter. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll start off tonight's show talking Boyle County and Danville. It's right after this on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, live from Boyle County High School on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and hometownlive.net.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, I love you, happy anniversary, even here's something just because.
Tell her you love her with a diamond from B&L Diamond Jewelers. Make her stop and think of the love you both share. Nothing allows you to celebrate the special moments in life like a diamond. Diamonds are the only gift in the whole world that will never fade away with time. They will not rust away and does not require any special care to maintain its brilliant beauty. Diamonds are forever, and 30 years from now, she will still remember that moment when you gave her that diamond. No other gift can keep giving like a diamond for years to come.
Stop in for a free jewelry cleaning and inspection and say hello. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch. In Danville, see Bob Miller.
Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protected with the Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
We are live on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and hometownlive.net as well. Got Kim King, who tweeted, said, "Go Rebels." So State Representative Kim King says, "Go Rebels." And I actually tweeted out a pretty cool picture. It was raining about an hour ago. It was just coming down. And then about 15 minutes into the rain, the sun kind of came out to our left over top of Woodlawn and made an awesome rainbow over top of Rebel Field. And I tweeted it out, so you can check out that picture online at HTR Joe on Twitter. Danville and Boyle County. Liam, you are not from this area. You're from Northern Kentucky. Liam went to Simon Kenton High School. So, Liam, when we say Boyle County and Danville, what's the first thing that pops in your head? What do you think when you hear Danville-Boyle County rivalry?
Well, now that I've been in Danville a couple of years, I'm a little more knowledgeable.
Yeah, he's a Center College student, so he's been here, so he kind of understands.
But coming down, I mean, personally, I never really thought much of it. It's another two teams playing. But now that I've been in Danville these last couple of years, wow, it's exciting.
Yes, yeah. I've mentioned this before on the morning show, but just being on social media this week, I feel like the entire town is going to be at this game tonight. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere. And it's a hard thing to believe, but the first time since 2019 that we have seen this game. In 2020, the two teams decided in that COVID-shortened season where they were playing things really, really cautiously to make sure they got district games in before they played non-district games, which scrapped the Danville-Boyle County game because they're obviously a non-district team, a non-district schedule. In 2021, last year, Danville canceled because they had COVID issues. In fact, that was the first of 2 consecutive games that Danville missed because of COVID. They missed the Boyle County game that week. The next week, they missed the Mercer County game. And I remember seeing people on social media. It was the most ridiculous thing I saw, but people were saying they're never going to play again. People literally thought they were never going to play again, which is what I call sensationalism. They're just saying stuff to get clicks. And I just laughed that off because I'd said it's COVID, right? I mean, we can't help that people have COVID. We can't help that. But now here we are, 2022, back at it in a matchup that the entire town, the entire state kind of magnifies and looks at in Central Kentucky, 2 teams that have 21 combined state championships between them, Danville and Boyle County. It's crazy to think that Coach Haddock's being in his 3rd year, Peach in his 2nd year, and these 2 coaches have never coached in this rivalry yet. Haddock's had actually mentioned multiple times to me that he always considered Lexington Catholic more of a rival than Danville because he had never coached in this game before, right? And that makes sense. I mean, Lexington Catholic's a district team. That's a district rival. He has no idea what the Danville-Boyle County rivalry is like, so he always considered Lexington Catholic to be the rival to Boyle County and not Danville. I think tonight's crowd, tonight's atmosphere, I think it's going to show both Coach Haddock's and Coach Peach just how much this rivalry means to this area, to the fans of Danville and Boyle County. Not only have the 2 coaches not coached in this rivalry, but think about it. 2019, the last time they played, essentially the bulk of both of these teams have also not played in this game. I actually went back and looked at that 2019 game. It was a game that Boyle County destroyed Danville. It was something like 54-0. It was played at Admiral Stadium. And I went back and looked. For Danville on September the 6th of 2019, when that game was played, Quentin Anderson had 1 catch for 4 yards. Xavier Gray had 1 rush for 1 yard. They were both freshmen back then. Justice Turner had 2 tackles and 1 rush for 1 yard. And that was it. Nobody else even appeared in the game for Danville. For Boyle County, Cole Sims, who will start at linebacker for them tonight, was their 3rd-string quarterback. He came in, he threw 1 pass, completed it for 7 yards. And Tommy Ziesmer, who I'm sure we'll call his name a lot tonight, had 3 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Besides that, I didn't find anybody else who's going to play in this game tonight that played in that 2019 game. So there's unfamiliarity between the coaches. There's also unfamiliarity between the players as well.
That should make for a good game, the unfamiliarity between teams. Everyone knows it's a rivalry. Everyone's just jacked to play. Backyard brawl was last night between West Virginia and Pitt after a couple years.
Yes, and we saw that crowd. And for the first time really since COVID, the stadiums are packed. And that Pittsburgh, West Virginia crowd was just insane yesterday. And you're seeing people be able to finally get back out after 2 years of listening to the game on the radio. And certainly we appreciate that, or having to watch the game on TV to be able to get back out and really celebrate in mass at football games. Let's talk about this Boyle County offense versus this Admiral defense. This Boyle offense can make things extremely difficult on defenses just because they have playmakers, which they obviously have a lot of those, but they also show a ton of different formations. In fact, in 2 games this year, they're 2-0, the Rebels obviously are. In their 2 games this year, Danville coach Mark Peach says he has counted Boyle run 35 different offensive formations in 2 games. That does not count where they may be in a formation that they've already ran, but they maybe send a guy in motion in one formation where they didn't previously, or they send a guy sends someone in motion towards the other way, stops and comes back. And so it's a lot to take in for a defense to have to look at an offense that runs 35 different formations in 2 games. And Coach Peach essentially said he knows they're going to throw some more formations out tonight that they didn't show in film, that they haven't shown in the first 2 games. That's going to make things really difficult on Danville defensively to even have to take all of that in and then know when you come into a game and not know essentially what you're going to see on the field.
Yeah, 2 games into the season against not high-quality opponents to whip out 35 different formations. I mean, it's going to be interesting for Danville's defense. They'll just have to check and see what they can get out of everything tonight.
I wonder if Coach Haddix is just like pulling stuff out of his pocket, like, let's see what formation we're going to go with here. Let's shuffle the shotgun, 2 backs, 2 tight. Yeah, let's go with this one right here. We feel comfortable going with whatever offensive formation we want to go with. So what will Danville do defensively? Well, first, like Boyle does offensively, Danville kind of does something similar defensively. Their defensive coordinator is Lucas Schaus, and he's really mixed things up defensively for Danville over their first 2 games as well against Lincoln County and Garrard County. They played some 4-4. They played some 3-4. Coach Haddix, earlier this week when I talked to him on the morning show about this Danville defense, he was very complimentary of Danville's defense earlier this week. He said they do a good job of switching it up. They'll play some zone. They'll play some 34. They'll play some 44. They'll play some man-to-man. They certainly will blitz. And they're going to try to show us, I would assume, as many different defensive looks as well to keep Boyle County's offense just as off balance as Boyle County's offense tries to keep Danville's defense off balance. I would also expect Danville to blitz quite a bit tonight. And we've seen them blitz a lot in their first 2 games. And what they're going to want to do, I would assume, I'm not obviously the defensive coordinator, this is just my assumption, is that they're going to want to try to speed things up and get in the backfield as quick as possible to make Sage Dawson's decisions a little bit more difficult back there with the ball in his hands. Haddix also says he believes that Boyle County is going to see quite a bit of pressure tonight from Danville's front 7 or front 8. And, we've seen Danville's first 2 games. They have a lot of speed on defense. Xavier Brown seems like he's in the backfield every play. Justice Turner is in the backfield, it seems like, every play. They can get in the backfield quickly, can't they?
Yeah, I feel like I hear Xavier Brown's name called all the time. And at DB, DeMonte Trumbo, I see him out there always making plays. Always. There's been a couple close interceptions that have always happened.
Yeah.
If they can capitalize on one of those tonight, it'll be an interesting game, definitely.
Yeah, Trumbo's got 2 picks. Jalen Dunn back there playing defensive back. Braden Boffman, who was back last week. So Danville's going to have a lot of speed all over the field. I would expect them to bring a lot of pressure at Boyle County tonight. Now, with that said, that also means that if Danville's going to blitz, they have to get there, because I'm not sure what the reasonable amount of time that you're going to be able to cover Montaven Quisenberry is in coverage, right? So if they blitz, they've got to get to the quarterback. If they don't, then Sage Dawson, again, if you give Sage 4 or 5 seconds, how long can you cover Montaven Quisenberry? You probably can't cover him for 4 or 5 seconds. So if they're going to blitz, they got to get there, and they got to bring Sage down and give themselves a better chance to keep Montaven Quisenberry covered. But that's part of what makes Boyle County so good, right? We talked about the weapons that they have. They did struggle a little bit to throw it last week, but even when they did that, they handed it off to Avery Bodner 27 times last week. I looked back through all of Boyle County stats since Coach Haddix has been the head coach at Boyle County. That is the most rushing attempts that a Boyle County player has had in a single game since Will McDaniel had 32 carries against Franklin County in the state championship 2 years ago. In 17 games ago, I should say, it's the 3rd most a Boyle County player has ever carried the rock in all of Coach Haddix's games coached at Boyle County. So even when things aren't working in the passing game, just give the ball to Avery Bodner, watch the offensive line block, give the ball to him 27 times, 30 times if you want. They did it last week against Bryan Station. They still scored 36 points or whatever it was, so it makes them so tough to stop offensively.
Yeah, they did that last week, but they got to be able to do it against Danville's defense this week. Last week they were playing, keep giving the ball. They won. What did they win by?
It was 36-12, I think is what it was, or 34-12 or something. So, you look at that Boyle County offense, so many weapons. Montaven Quisenberry certainly stands out Avery Bodner certainly stands out, but the guys that they have down the list, Montaven Quisenberry, Dalton Stone, Cooper Brummett, Will Alexander, Cole Sims, who plays both sides of the ball. They're going to have guys play both sides of the ball. They are very talented on offense. On the other side, the Danville offense against the Boyle County defense. Danville is going to take on this Rebel defense tonight that looks like they are once again going to be very tough to run against, and that's going to be, I think, a big part of this game tonight. I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But this is remarkable. I went back and looked at the first 40 plays of the Boyle County Bryan Station game last week. The first 40 plays when you count special teams. So you're counting kickoffs, you're counting punts. The first 40 plays counting special teams. The Boyle County defense was on the field a grand total of 5 plays. Out of the first 40 plays of the game, they were on the field for 5 plays. That's how good they are on defense. Their first play was the Quisenberry kickoff return. Their second play was the 2-point conversion. Then the ensuing kickoff is play number 3. The first play, the defense is actually on the field. They get the Quisenberry interception, so that's play number 4. Then they go out. The next defensive drive, after a 13-play drive on offense where they score, they force a fumble, I think, on the next drive and recover. And then their third defensive possession, it's a 3-and-out. So there's 40 plays. Their defense is on the field, a grand total of 5 plays, and they already lead 22-0, and their defense has hardly been on the football field, which is just unbelievable how talented, how good, how much they swarm the ball defensively. It's remarkable how good they are on the defensive side of the football here at Boyle County. Hannix knows, however, talking with him earlier this week, that this Danville team has a lot of speed. And when you add Braden Boffman into the mix, and we saw how good Braden is last week against Garrard County, when you add Braden into the mix, they've got 4 legitimate guys that can carry the football. They didn't have that week 1. And I know if you look at the Lincoln County score, it's 26-14, and Lincoln didn't look great last week, especially defensively against Casey County. But you almost throw the Lincoln County game out because, number 1, Braden wasn't playing, and number 2, in the second half, it was like a mash unit out there for Danville. They had so many issues with cramps. So, they were lucky, I think, to even score 26 and keep the game where it's a 2-touchdown deficit for Lincoln County in the second half. But you've got Braden Boffman for Danville. You got Maury Brown. You got Josh Bixler. And you got Jalen Dunn, who had a 31-yard touchdown run last week. They're going to run the ball a lot, Danville is. They're extremely run-heavy. In their first 2 games, 84% run, 16% pass. I would actually expect that to be even heavier run tonight against Boyle County. And the reason why is they started a freshman quarterback last week in Jakeem Ray. And Jakeem played okay against Garrard County. But I'm not sure how much feasibly and reasonably you can lean on a freshman quarterback in his second ever start in the first Boyle County Danville game in 2 years with what seems to be the entire city and county here. So you got to lean on your strengths. The strengths are certainly the run. The question now, though, is how much can Danville get offensively against this Boyle County defense? And so that's what I'm looking at right now. It's easier said than done to just run the ball, to just say just run it, but you actually have to do it. So when you look at Boyle County's defense and what Danville needs to do offensively to give themselves a chance to win, if they're going to run the ball a lot more, what's the number of yardage that they need that you would say, you know what, if they get this many yards from the rushing game, then they have a chance to win?
I'd say over.
What's the number?
200.
So do you think? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So if the number is 200, that's going to give Danville the best chance to even stay in the game. Do you think it's feasible that Danville can run for 200 yards?
I think that's totally feasible when you have Maury Brown and Braden Bauman and the ball in their hands.
So you say it's feasible. I think there's a chance. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, and I'm going to make sure I say that at the end of this dissertation. But I think it's going to be tough to run for that much against a Boyle County defense that has given up like 50 rushing yards the entire season or whatever it is so far in 2 games. So with that said, Danville may have to get something out of the passing game if they're not able to run the ball. Although I would expect them to want to run the ball because, again, they've got a freshman starting at quarterback, and you got guys like Braden Boffman, and you got guys like Maury Brown back there. I've had handfuls of people come up to me and say, what do I expect to see out of the game? And my answer is always the same. I have no earthly idea. I don't know what's going to happen out here. I was hosting the show this morning. Someone called in and said 47-0 Boyle County. And maybe it is. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect because they haven't played in 2 years. You know, you got guys that get in the field who haven't ever played in this rivalry. You got coaches who have never coached in this rivalry. So in terms of what to expect, I have no idea. What I do expect is for there to be a ton of people at the game tonight, for it to be a raucous crowd. I think Danville's going to have a really good crowd. I think Boyle County certainly is going to have a really good crowd. You know, I didn't even realize I haven't been to the field here, the football field, since 2019. I've called softball games, but I haven't been and seen the new football field since they put that in. So, you know, there's a lot of new things to look at. The turf is new. They have the kids' field there on the other side of the end zone. They have a new gate around here. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in for the players when they come on the field and see the entire stands are packed with people from the city and county. So in terms of what's going to happen, I have no idea. But I think it's going to be a fun game, and I'm excited that the Danville-Boyle County rivalry is back. At HTR Joe on Twitter, we'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll give you week number 1 of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show and Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft coming up right after this on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and HometownLive.net.
Here at Zaxby's, we have perfectly paired all of our sauces to go with our hand-breaded chicken fingers. Seriously, it's science. Each flavor profile is in perfect harmony with each other. The crisp, zesty notes of honey mustard. The full, rounded, bold flavor of buffalo garlic blaze. The elegant, spicy smoke of Tug Torch. All the perfect pair to our famous chicken fingers. Test them out for yourself and grab some extra napkins. Select one from our 12 sauce options. There's endless sauce abilities, only at Zaxby's.
When it comes to taking your medication, are you really following your doctor's directions? Your friends at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road understand the difficulty of following a medication program, especially if you are taking multiple medications, maintaining a busy schedule, experiencing side effects, or feeling better. But your Medicine Shop pharmacist also understands the importance of taking your medication properly, regardless if you are maintaining an ongoing treatment program or if you're just taking a one-time prescription. It is vital that you take your medication as prescribed so that you receive the fullest benefits. The Medicine Shop offers free weekly medication packaging.
This is the Kentucky
we customize
News
your medication
Network.
therapy and
A
deliver your weekly
17-year-old
package,
is charged in a Lexington murder. 26-year-old Juan Manesca was found shot on Davenport Drive overnight. He later died at a hospital. The shooting was reported.
238-0002 for more information about the importance of medication compliance. It's just another healthy reminder from the pharmacy that's all about your health.
Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protected with a Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
Good evening. Welcome to week number 1 of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, and included in that show, the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft. And we welcome everyone back on the show in the league that was here last year. We're happy about it. We'll start off with the one that's not in studio as always, Mr. Packett. Mr. Packett, how are you doing on this Friday evening?
I'm doing real good. How are you all?
I'm great. I appreciate you being back, Mr. Packett. This is the 11th year of the show. So Mr. Packett's been on the show all 11 years with Packett's picks, but he's been on every Danville Family Dentistry draft as well, except for the one where Mrs. Packett beat Matt, which was funny. An all-time fantasy draft episode was that one. That happened like 3 years ago, and we're still talking about it. So Mr. Packett's here. Derek, Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission. Every year you've changed team names. Do we have you for the first time ever with the same back-to-back team name?
Yep.
Okay, so you're still Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission.
Yeah.
All right, good
That's what you
stuff.
can call me.
Matt's back. Matt, what's your team name this year?
Hello, I'm the Norton Center for the Arts.
Okay, Team Norton Center's back.
Yes, sir.
Happy to have Matt. And then Team Radio Rick. Rick, you haven't changed your team name, have you?
No.
So Rick's back. I'm here as well. And we're happy about being back in studio and doing this fantasy draft. Now, same rules as last year. 5 teams. 4 of us play, 1 of us on bye. Radio Rick actually earlier this morning was talking to me. We were talking about the fantasy draft, and he said, who won last year? He legitimately couldn't remember. So I ask you all, do you all remember who won last year?
Pretty sure it was Rick.
I do.
Okay, you go Rick. Who you go, Derek?
It was Rick because I think it's taken us
9 months to get over that.
Okay, Derek's going Rick. Mr. Packett seemed pretty confident. Is that who you were guessing too?
Yeah, I think Rick won.
Yeah, Rick did win. Remember, it came down to the final week.
Joe and me
and Rick were tied.
Yep.
Congrats. And we ended up tied, but Rick destroyed me in the total points. I was looking at last year's stats. Rick had the most points. Matt had the second most points, though Matt was like 5-4 or something
unlucky.
last year. Yeah,
yep.
He drafted well, but was unlucky. Derek, of course, finished last. As he always.
Why did you have to say, of course?
He always does. Of course he did. It's not a shocker to anybody, I don't think. However, we do have some intriguing developments in this year's league. So Derek has walked in with a paper, and I think he actually typed out all the prospects or all the players himself, and he has ranked his players based on where he wants to draft them. And Radio Rick has done the same thing. So Derek has obviously taken this more serious this year. He's tired of being the league doormat. Rick may be taking it even more serious after a championship. Matt knows the players, but doesn't have them ranked. Mr. Packett said he probably couldn't name 5 players on the list. So there's all sorts of differing types of expertise this year in the league.
Has Packett ever been able to name more than 5 players?
Hey, you're talking to a former champion.
I think he just wings it and wins.
He won in 2016. So he's a former champion.
Does that make you feel worse, Derek?
Yeah, it does make me feel worse. It does.
All right, so I told Rick, since he won the championship last year, I would let him pick where he wants to draft. So he gets first pick. Rick, where do you want to draft?
Okay, let's go ahead. I'll just pick number 1 then.
Okay, Team Radio Rick is pick number 1. I finished second last year. I'm on bye, so it doesn't matter. Matt, where do you want to pick?
I'll pick 2.
Okay, Matt will pick 2. Mr. Packett, do you want 3 or 4?
3, I guess.
Okay, Mr. P is 3. And Team Derek is 4. I am on bye at number 5. So again, the draft order is Radio Rick at 1, Team Norton Center at number 2, Mr. Packett at 3, Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission is number 4. I'm on bye. For those listening for the first time, we pick 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, which is a running back or a wide receiver, a kicker, and a defense. And the special teams also gets points for the defense. We pick from all the area teams. That's Danville, Boyle, Garrard, Mercer, Lincoln, and Casey County. We have 5 teams to pick from. Are all interested parties ready? Rick, are you ready?
Ready.
Matt?
Ready.
Derek?
Ready.
Mr. Packett?
Ready.
The Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft is brought to you by Radio Rick.
Danville Family Dentistry, they're all about you.
Danville Family Dentistry, we're all about you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Neal at Danville Family Dentistry. We can all agree life is busy and our days are full. Don't let getting a dental appointment be part of the stress. Call us at 236-2488 and let us help keep your smile beautiful and healthy. We are open 5 days a week to accommodate your schedule. At Danville Family Dentistry, we are all about you. We are located at 132 North 2nd Street. Again, that's Danville Family Dentistry, 236-2488.
All right, Team Radio Rick, defending champion, decides he wants to go number 1 overall and open up the 2022 fantasy draft. So, Radio Rick, take it away. Who do you want?
I'll take Ethan Willoughby.
Ethan Willoughby, Casey County quarterback who put on an absolute show last week against Lincoln County. He is a big kid, just tall. It's like Cam Newton is what Josh Jagger said. This kid was just running all over the place. Ethan Willoughby goes 1-1. Team Matt, Team Norton Center. Who goes 1-2?
Montaven Quisenberry.
Montaven Quisenberry, Boyle County's do-it-all guy, goes in at 1-2.
He had some of the best 2-minute, to start a game that I've ever seen last week.
Kickoff return for a touchdown, interception return.
Fumble recovery, then
and an interception. Yeah. Did it all. Mr. Packett, you're up with pick 3.
Yeah, I'll take Maury Brown.
Maury Brown, Danville running back, going against that Boyle County defense. This is a tough week to pick because, Danville's got some obviously really good players, but they go against a good defense. Where do you go with Boyle County players? They have so many playmakers. It's like, which one are you supposed to pick? Mr. Packett goes Maury Brown. Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission goes back-to-back.
Sage Dawson and Avery Bodner.
Do those line up well with where you had them ranked, Derek? Did you get a steal right there?
Got 2 number 1s that I wanted.
Back-to-back picks by Derek.
They play Danville, so I feel like they're going to have a big game.
It goes back to Mr. Packett. Mr. Packett, who do you want?
Yeah, well, if you're going to give me Braden Boston, I'll take him too.
Yeah, you might as well take both Danville running backs. Why not? Maury Brown and Braden Bothman, who came back with a vengeance last week after missing week 1. Team Norton Center, you have Montaven Quisenberry. I'm sure you would have liked to pair Braden Bothman with Montaven, but he's off the board, so who are you going with?
Give me Denham.
Griffith Denham?
Denham Griffith.
Said his name backward. We're on last name basis. Denham Griffith is going in your running back spot. He's going to be RB1 for you, okay?
Okay.
It's Denham Griffith. We've got Radio Rick, who gets back-to-back.
All right. If you're going to be that way, then I will take Cole Sims.
Okay, Cole Sims will go in a WR1 spot. He's wide receiver 1 for you. Not that that makes any difference, but...
And give me...
You know what I love is that Rick has done this research and has this list.
And he still doesn't know who he's going to
And he still sits here.
Well, I'm looking to see what's available. The best is here. I'll take Solomon Stonebreaker.
Oh, okay. Solomon Stoney. He is the son of Steve Stonebreaker.
Okay.
Derek's upset.
Solomon Stonebreaker off the board. Team Norton Center, you get 1 pick.
No,
Thaddeus Mays.
Thaddeus Mays going against the lowly Anderson County Bearcats.
Dang it.
Yeah, Mr. Packett, that would have been a good pick, because Thaddeus does a lot for Mercer County. He throws, he runs, he scores. Maybe he even catches a little bit. He throws it to himself. I don't know. Thaddeus Mays is off the board. Mr. Packett gets 1 pick. 2 solid running backs. Who do you couple with Braden and Mari?
Malachi Simmons.
Malachi Simmons will go in Mr. Packett's flex spot, so he's going running back heavy. In a league this year where we only have 12 running backs, I think is what I counted.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, so he's taken 25% of the running backs, I guess, now. Mr. Packett's got him. Team Harrisburg Mercer County Tourist Commission. Who do you want?
Evan Stevens.
Evan Stevens, another really good pick. He had a big game, 3 rushing touchdowns last week against Lincoln County. He goes in RB2 spot for you. Evan Stevens is off the board. No. And Team Harrisburg Mercer County Tourist Commission gets 1 more.
Will Alexander.
Will Alexander. We've got Mr. P. 1 pick.
I'll take Titus Weldon.
Titus Weldon, Mercer County wide receiver. Titus Weldon's off the board. Team Norton Center. Who and what do you want? What and who do you want?
Give me the...
Don't do it.
Boyle County defense.
The Rebel defense. Boyle County's defense is off the board. It goes to Radio Rick. Back to Packett. Radio Rick.
All right, then. Mercer County defense.
Okay, the Titans, good pick. That's who I would have gone number 1 overall on the defensive side, is Mercer County.
And
I was torn.
Jace Kokenauer.
Jace Kokenauer. Back-to-back Titan picks by Radio Rick. And Team Derek is livid because he wants all the Mercer County players. Team Norton Center gets 1 pick.
Dalton Stone.
Dalton Stone. Mr. Packett gets 1 pick.
All right. Middlesboro's not very good this year, boys, and y'all are sleeping on that. The Golden Lions.
So we going to go with their quarterback? Because you've already picked their running back.
No, I'm going to go with their defense.
Oh, the defense. Okay. Garrard County defense against the Fighting Larry Frenches of Middlesboro, who are 0-2 this year. Team Harrisburg Mercer County Tourist Commission gets back-to-back picks.
Casey County defense.
Okay, Casey against LaRue.
And Cole Andrews.
Cole Andrews is off the board. Mr. Packett goes back to you.
Has anybody got Jace Kokenauer?
Yes, Jace has been picked by Radio Rick. Matt's looking at his watch. He has to be back at work. He's texting his boss right now. Hey, sorry, running late.
Okay, sorry, I'll hurry up, Matt. I'll take Lincoln County's best wide receiver, who's Seth Horton.
Mm-hmm.
Horton, here's a who?
Seth Horton, here's a who.
I'll take Seth Horton, here's the who.
Team Norton Center.
Derek, what's your wide receiver ranks look like for the Garrard County trio there?
I don't have any of them.
Okay, I'm just going to roll with Nathaniel Daugherty.
Nathaniel Daugherty is off the board. Radio Rick back-to-back.
What do I need, Joe?
2 running backs and a flex.
All right, I will go with Reed Curlis.
Okay.
And Cameron Peak.
Team Norton Center, flex and a kicker.
Give me...
Who?
The kicker for...
That one team that kicks a lot.
Yeah, Casey County.
Yeah, I'll take Zach Daly, Garrard County.
Zach Daly, Garrard County. It's been a long time since we've seen Garrard County kick extra points. I don't know if we've ever seen it in the history of the fantasy draft, but they do have a kicker now.
He's
Zach
2
Daly.
for 2.
Yes, Zach Daly.
100%.
Yeah.
Garrard County kicker.
He's made
Mr.
more
Packett.
than he did all last year.
Quarterback it or kick it, Mr. Packett.
Cool, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
I'll take Jakeem the Dream Ray.
Jakeem the Dream Ray.
Nice.
Is off the board. It goes to Derek, who will back-to-back a wide receiver and a flex. Then we'll go back down the draft board, and then we'll be done.
Landon Yates.
Landon Yates is a Mercer County wide receiver. And Derek believes that Thaddeus is going to throw him the ball a lot tonight.
And can I add somebody? I did enough studying. They're not on here.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Ashton Drakeford, Mercer County.
Yeah, I saw him on there. We're going to put him in the flex.
Way to study, buddy.
Derek is what they call a sunshine pumper.
Sunshine pumper,
So
okay.
So if there's anything bad about Mercer County, he pretends or does not want to hear it, so therefore he acts like he doesn't know.
Yeah, smart.
He's pumping sunshine. I get the terminology. Yep. So is that his nickname this year? Last year he was Mr. McNasty or Mr. Nasty. This year he's the Sunshine Pumper.
Yep, we changed his name.
All right. Mr. Pumper has finished his pick. Kick it, Mr. Packett. Let's kick it.
Wilcher?
Yep, Caleb Wilcher. Got a pretty good leg on him.
6 for 9.
Caleb Wilcher. He's in your kicker spot. We need flexes for Team Norton Center and Team Radio Rick.
Keenan Stewart.
Keenan Stewart. We'll go in Team Norton Center's flex, and then Radio Rick, you get a flex, and we're done.
Let's go with the gunner.
Okay.
Gunner Floyd.
Gunner Floyd. We'll go in your flex, and we are done.
Mr. Packett, it's great to hear your voice again.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. All right, here's the matchups this week. Week 1 has Mr. Packett versus Team Norton Center. It has Team Derek or Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission versus Radio Rick. Here's how the teams look. We'll start off with that last matchup I just said. Radio Rick has Willoughby at quarterback, Reed Curlis, Cameron Peak at running backs, Cole Sims, Solomon Stonebreaker at wide receivers, Gunner Floyd at flex, Jace Kokenauer at kicker. Mercer County's defense and special teams is the defense and special teams. He'll go against Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission, Sage Dawson at quarterback, Avery Bodner and Evan Stevens at running backs. Good quarterback and running back duos there. Will Alexander, Landon Yates, wide receiver, Ashton Drakeford the flex, Cole Andrews the kicker, Casey County is his defense and special teams. What do you think, Team Norton Center? Has an unbiased party. Who has the better of that matchup?
You know, I like the guy that did his research beforehand.
They both did. They both came in with them
I like
ranked.
them both.
You like them both?
I'm going to ride the fence.
I like it. Team Norton Center versus Mr. Packett. Norton Center's got Thaddeus Mays at quarterback, Denham Griffith and Dalton Stone at running backs, Montaven Quisenberry, Nathaniel Doherty at wide receivers, Keenan Stewart at flex, Zach Daly is his kicker, Boyle County Rebels are his defense and special teams, taking on Mr. P, who has Jakeem Ray at quarterback, Mari Brown, Braden Boffman at running backs, Titus Weldon, Seth Horton at wide receivers, Malachi Simmons is his flex, Caleb Wilcher is his kicker, and Garrard County is his defense. That leaves me on bye. I will take Sawyer Horton at quarterback.
Good pick.
Thank you. Had a big game last week. They just lost. Running backs, give me Josh Bixler and give me Elon Lane from Lincoln County. Wide receivers, Jalen Dunn from Danville scored a 31-yard touchdown run last week on a little reverse. Jalen Dunn. And I will also take Connor Davis from Lincoln County.
All right. Who else you got, Joe?
For flex, can I take the other Bodner?
Yeah.
Is he on there? Yeah. Austin Bodner, is he on there? He is on there. Give me Austin Bodner.
He's a wide receiver.
Austin Bodog. For my kicker, give me Colby Towns.
Not to be confused with Colby Cheese.
One of the returners from last year, Lincoln County kicker, Colby Towns.
Not to be confused with Carl Anthony Towns.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, for my defense and special teams, give me, it's either Lincoln County or Danville. Who do I think, I guess we got Garrett, no, Mr. Packett picked Garrett County. Who do I think will do better tonight? Lincoln County against Pulaski, Danville against Boyle. Just give me Danville. That's the game I'm at. That way I at least know what's going on. I don't have to go home and look at scores and try to figure stuff out.
Is Danville better this year or something? Because y'all are picking a lot of them, and I feel like there seems confidence that Danville's going to put up some points against Boyle.
I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I have no idea what to expect. Matt, what do you think?
I mean,
He just took the microphone from Derek.
Packett,
he's used to it.
Packett picked them 1-2, so I mean he feels.
Well,
very
they're
confident.
really good. Mari Brown and Braden Boffman are both really good, though.
Yeah, I mean, but so is Boyle's defense.
Yes,
so.
yeah. But you got to go. I mean, someone who's going to pick Mari Brown and Braden Boffman.
They haven't played in 3 years. You know, so I think, like you said.
So, most of the guys on the team have never even played in this game before.
Yeah, no idea what to expect, which is, makes it fun. It'll be great.
All right, fellas, appreciate you being on, and we'll see how we do next week, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
See ya.
Radio Rick, you want to say anything?
Good luck, everybody.
There it is. More Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is coming up on the Hometown Radio Network.
It's time for our annual Customer Appreciation Days event at the Danville Nutrition Center. 3 days of savings, fun, food, and samples. Customer Appreciation will be held Thursday, September 8th through Saturday, September 10th. We will have 20% off store-wide, gift basket prizes, and healthy food samples. We hope to see you September 8th through 10th at Customer Appreciation Days at the Danville Nutrition Center, located on South 4th Street next to Sears.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing heartburn drug, ranitidine, may be contaminated with cancer-causing agent NDMA. Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. 800-516-9931. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. You may be owed significant compensation. Call 800-516-9931. 800-516-9931. That's 800-516-9931. 800-516-9931.
Good evening and welcome to week number 1 of Packett's Picks, the segment where Packett picks. Good evening, Mr. Packett. How are you?
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Doing good, Mr. Packett. Do you know how many years this show has been on radio now?
I don't. It's been a lot, though.
11.
We've been at this quite a while.
This is the 11th.
This is really 11.
Yes. The show started in September of 2012. So 2012 would have been our first year. So all the way to 2022, this starts our 11th year doing the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show.
Man.
Can you believe
Does that make you feel old?
Yeah, kind of. Can you believe that we've made it this far? They've allowed us to continue doing this for 11 years.
Yeah, we do good. I can believe they let us do it.
Good.
Or you. I'm just on here for comic relief.
I want to do a better job of keeping track of your record because you're actually picking head-to-head against Jack now. Jack has his own Jack's Pick segment.
Has Jack been working on his research and stuff?
No, he doesn't know a thing. I even asked him during the segment, do you know anything about these teams? And he said no.
Has he been watching Paw Patrol instead?
No, he's been playing Minecraft and watching Star Wars videos and hitting bombs in our backyard. He likes baseball, so he hits bombs. Hey, Mr. Packett, let's take a look at the games this week. We have 4 games that you're picking from this week. 4 games, some of them easy, maybe all of them easy. I don't know. We'll see how you pick. Let's start off with the one that I think will be the easiest. This Anderson County team is going into Mercer County, Mr. Packett. I did the math. They are 2-20 in their 22 games under head coach Mark Palmer. Anderson County is. Titans have yet to win a game under Craig Yeast. They are 0-2. Do they get off the schneid this week, Mr. Packett? Anderson County at Mercer County. Pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
Yeah, this is an easy one of the easy ones you're talking about. Anytime a team's 2-20, I'm not going to take that team to win.
They're going to have to prove it first, right?
Yep, they need to prove it to me. I'm going to take Mercer County by 31.
The Titans by 31 over the Bearcats.
Yes, indeed.
And they are doing what in Salvisa?
They're doing the electric slide.
They are doing the electric slide in Salvisa. I was thinking the salsa. They're doing the salsa in Salvisa because they're celebrating Mercer County's win. And that's what they do in Salvisa.
The electric slide.
Yes, they do the electric slide and they do the salsa in Salvisa. I've seen them do it before. It's something to watch.
Really?
Yeah. Game number 2, Mr. Packett. Garrard County is at Middlesboro. Long trip for the Golden Lions. They are going to be without their star running back, Austin Adams, who's out for an extended period of time due to a leg injury. Middlesboro is 0-2. Garrard County is 0-2. One of these teams is getting off the schneid. Which one is it? Pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
I'm going to take Garrard County, Joe. They've played against Danville and Somerset, a couple of, formidable opponents. I think they get off the schneid today. It'll be a close game, but I'm taking Garrard County by 6 points.
The Golden Lions by 6 points over the Yellow Jackets, the Fighting Larry Frenches.
Yep.
Yeah. Casey County is at LaRue County. Boy, we saw this Casey County team put a whooping on Lincoln County last week, put up a 50-piece on them. Ethan Willoughby was doing whatever he wanted to do against Lincoln County. Do they do that again against LaRue County this week? Josh Jagger's former team, they did it against Josh Jagger's current team last week. They do it against this former team this week. Casey County, LaRue County, pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
You know who's from LaRue County? Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln is from Hodgenville. You're right. He was born in Hodgenville or something like that.
He's honest.
Yes.
And I'm honestly going to pick LaRue County to win. I know that Casey County looked real good against Lincoln County, but I think Lincoln County's not good. LaRue County, they played Woodford County, who's one of the best, I think they're 6A team. They lost 43-8, but, I think Casey County would have lost significantly worse to that team, so give me LaRue County by 10.
This is what you got to do early in the season. You got to take similar scores, and how would they have done against this team, and do they have any common opponents? So you're going LaRue County over Casey County, and they are doing what in Liberty?
They're laying in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I was going to say they're lambasting you in Liberty, but laying in the middle of the road because they're so upset. They're grinding and gnashing their teeth at you.
Yep, that's true. But, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll pick them to win next time.
Yeah, I've never seen gnashing of teeth in Liberty. We'll see if that happens tonight. You got one game left, Mr. Packett, the biggie, one that hasn't been played in 3 years. Danville is at Boyle County. They're both 2-0. The Rebels, the Admirals, Pickett Packett. Who do you got?
Well, this is going to be a closer game than people think.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah. I don't really know, honestly. I mentioned it earlier in the show. I don't really know what to expect. I do think Danville is better than what people... I think this notion that Danville is not very good because of the whirlwind of bad news that surrounded the program over the last 2 years, if you want to say it that way. But I think Danville's better than people think they are.
They've got some young, good running backs. They got Boffman. Is he a sophomore?
Boffman is a sophomore, and Brown is a sophomore.
That's a heck of a backfield.
Yep.
And I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to take Boyle by 10 points.
Boyle County by 10 over the Admirals?
Yep, 31-21.
31-21, the Rebels over the Admirals. He's got LaRue County over Casey County. He's got Garrard County picking up their first win over Middlesboro. And he's got the Titans picking up their first win over Anderson County. Mr. Packett has picked one last game, Mr. Packett, UK and Miami of Ohio. Do you remember the last time, I guess last year, our first show of the season last year, when I picked the score exactly correct? Do you remember that?
I do.
That was something.
But this is your pick. This isn't my pick. This is you.
You have to give it to me, so you ask me.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Joe, I've got one pick for you.
Okay.
You know, it's the opening weekend of college football.
Yes!
Kentucky's making a grand entrance. They're playing the Miami of Ohio Redhawks, one of the best teams in the MAC. They think they could be a favorite to win the MAC conference. So I ask you one time, Joe.
Yes.
Pick it, Joe. What do you think?
Give me, I think Miami of Ohio is going to come into Kroger Field tomorrow. And I think they're going to be excited.
No.
And I think they're going to have a lot of energy. And I think all of that is going to be for naught because I think the Cats are going to beat Miami of Ohio by a score of 34-20.
That's a good pick. I think you're right in the ballpark right there.
A 2-touchdown win for the Cats over Miami of Ohio, 34-20. You'll hear it live tomorrow on Z105. Tell me I'm wrong, Mr. Packett.
I can't. I think you're right. What will they be doing in Lexington, Joe?
They're going to be loving on each other in Lexington.
Oh, wow. I was going to say lauding the performance, but...
They're going to be doing that in Lexington because the Cats are 1-0, and they're going to the Swamp next Saturday.
Ooh. In the Swamp.
Yes. We'll see how that one turns out. But before we get there, Mr. Packett, we got to see how we do this weekend. Thanks for being on. We'll talk to you again next Friday, okay?
Talk to you soon, Joe.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay tuned. My 5-year-old son, Jack, picks the winners of the games. Coming up right after this on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty. You get sparkling clean. Shine that dirty machine. Unlimited plans, $1 a day. Car Express Wash. Come and wash those blues away. Free vac use with every wash. CarExpressWash.com. Where everybody goes. Yeah! Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty. Car Express Wash.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch. In Danville, see Bob Miller.
Here at Zaxby's, we have perfectly paired all of our sauces to go with our hand-breaded chicken fingers. Seriously, it's science. Each flavor profile is in perfect harmony with each other. The crisp, zesty notes of honey mustard. The full, rounded, bold flavor of buffalo garlic blaze. the elegant spicy smoke of Tug Torch. All the perfect pair to our famous chicken fingers. Test them out for yourself and grab some extra napkins. Select one from our 12 sauce options. There's endless sauce abilities, only at Zaxby's.
Suttles Tree Care, located in Harrodsburg, specializes in tree removal, tree trimming, shaping, stump removal, anything you need for your trees. Suttles Tree Care can be there for you. Suttles Tree Care does residential and commercial lots too. When unexpected storms happen, Suttles Tree Care will be there to help. Suttles Tree Care is over 30 years experience, licensed, bonded, and insured. Contact Suttles Tree Care right now to schedule your free estimate at 325-3727 or 612-2445. No tree is too big or small for Suttles Tree Care.
Joe Mathis alongside Liam Tomlinson, live from Boyle County High School's press box. We had to call an audible, and maybe the segment that people wanted to hear the most about, Jack's picks. We can't have it on. We run out of time. So I will tell you. How about this? I'll tell you what Jack picked. I'll tell you the score so you can tell what my 5-year-old son thinks. He has got, let me go back to the game so I don't miss one. He's got Mercer County over Anderson County 40-19. Respectable score. I like that pick. He's got Garrard County over Middlesboro 100-30. The offense explodes for the Golden Lions.
It should be a
Come
tight
on.
game. Yeah.
I mean, Malachi Simmons going to rush for 700 yards tonight. Casey County at LaRue County. He's got Casey County beating LaRue County 100-34, I think it was. So 2 100-point games. And then he's got Danville over Boyle County 95-40. So there you go. Week number 1 of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is in the books. We appreciate you being tuned in tonight. We'll be live from Mercer County next week as the Admirals take on the Titans. Peace, love at Zaxby's. We'll see you next Friday with the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show right here on 103.9 FM WHIR and 99.5 FM WHBN.